Hey guys, Mr. Vegan Prepper here, and out in the backyard this morning, and today we're going to be doing a sun oven baking test. This is the first time we're going to be baking in the sun oven, and so we're doing banana bread. So we're going to go through the process with you guys, and it should be pretty cool, and bring you along for the process.
Vegan prepper, vegan prepper.
So we've got the sun oven set up, and it's preheated now. It's about, I don't know, 9:30 in the morning right now, and it's been out here for maybe 30 minutes, and it's up to 360 degrees already. So Kathy's inside getting the recipe together, and I'll pop back in there, and we will see what's going on. But we are ready to bake out here. Alright guys, we're ready to put the bread in the oven. Now this is an oven, so it's very hot. So I'll be using the mitts. It does have metal hold downs for the glass, so be careful. There's a little bit of moisture still in there. I cleaned it last week. Good to go.
Okay, so after about a half hour, we needed to readjust the oven, and the temperature had dropped from about 350 to 300, which is typical and expected because you're putting in, a large amount of kind of lower temperature items into kind of a small space. So it'll come back up, and we'll just keep looking at it and check on it again very soon. Okay, so it's been probably an hour and 40 minutes. I can't see quite what the temperature is anymore, but oh gosh, yeah, look at that. It is so moist inside. I'm gonna get some stuff out, or pull it out, and hopefully it's good. All right, it's time to pull out the banana bread. It's been a little under 2 hours, probably an hour and 45 minutes, just because it seemed like the temperature never got much higher than 300. Oh my gosh. It sure looks good. Oh my gosh, it smells amazing. So yeah. Yeah, don't touch, sweetheart. It is very hot. So I kept seeing about the quote-unquote non-drying heating of the sun oven. And so I am going to go ahead and throw a lasagna in here now. And we're getting ready to assemble that inside. So that's next. Okay, so now we're going to be trying to put a lasagna into the sun oven, which is a last minute decision because I kept seeing all the non-drying heat. And it occurred to me that maybe you could bake a lasagna in the sun oven without having to cover it in foil, which is very exciting to me because things like that excite me. I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to be using my brand new absolute favorite lasagna noodles, which are these Whole Foods brand lasagna noodles. It's gluten-free yellow lentil and brown rice lasagna noodles. And it's hard to find kind of like a gluten-free pasta that isn't slimy or kind of, I don't know, just like clammy or something like it. It's kind of a gross texture when you cook it, especially when you bake it for kind of a long time in a dish. But these are fantastic. So only thing is there's like a slight different number of noodles every time I've used the box. And so you just have to count them before you start. so that you can plan your layers. But then especially now, because I'm using a smaller pan because the sun oven is smaller inside, I'm only making a half batch of lasagna. So there were 14 noodles, which means I'm going to use 7 of the lasagna noodles per batch. So just one today. But basically I have my omega-3 pasta sauce recipe here, which is already on the channel, and I can link it down below as well. So this is the exact recipe. I didn't change a single thing. It's a single batch of my omega-3 pasta sauce. And then now I am doing a tofu ricotta, which is very heavily based off of the Homo sapien tofu ricotta with just a couple tweaks. Number one, I do not drain my tofu. We did only one time, and it turned out not nearly as good somehow as when I left the tofu undrained. And then I add, well, let me just tell you what this is. It's a block of 14 ounce block of tofu, 3/4 cup of hummus, a 1/4 cup of nutritional yeast, a tablespoon of dried basil, half a teaspoon of garlic powder, and half a teaspoon of salt. And so basically you just get your hands in there, and you can use, you know, some sort of masher or something if you want, and that obviously probably works okay. But I find it's kind of like with tofu scramble. Like if I were making this for guests, and I have done it before, I go in there like with a fork instead, just to keep my hands out, unless I'm, you know, just for our immediate family, it's fine. But this is easier. I feel like you get a better texture that's more like regular ricotta when you do it with your hands. And yeah, it's kind of like with tofu scramble. I feel like it's just better when you do it with your hands. I don't know. So you can kind of squeeze everything through, and you get yourself this actually extremely fast. It's kind of shocking how quick and easy this recipe is, which is why it is such a staple in our house. But you just get this absolutely gorgeous ricotta-like thing that doesn't taste even remotely like tofu, unless you drain the tofu first, weirdly enough. So yeah, I absolutely skipped that step now. All right, so I'm gonna go wash my hands, and then we'll get the lasagna assembled. Okay, so I have already planned my layers in the pan, and it's not gonna be, you know, perfect coverage. So I'm just gonna show you really fast what my layers are gonna look like. It's gonna be 2, because I have 7 noodles. And then the following layer, I'm gonna do like this instead. And then the top layer is the one that's gonna get all 3 noodles. And then I don't wanna do it so much at the bottom, because the area of the pan itself actually increases as it goes up. There's a slight diagonal to the sides. And so 3 noodles is actually not gonna fit across the bottom of the pan. And so that's just sort of how I work it out. And I always kind of work out I do a dry run before I do the actual lasagna, so I know exactly what we're planning for. But basically, I'll put a little bit of sauce in the bottom. Oh, and by the way, this, like I said, this is my omega-3 pasta sauce recipe, but I didn't cook it or anything. This just got mixed in the little cup here, and it will bake and cook, you know, while it's in the lasagna, so I don't bake it first. Okay, so we'll do the layers like that. And now we get half of the tofu ricotta mixture. So we're gonna do 2 layers. And just sort of spread it around as best you can. Oh my gosh, it already smells so good. It's not even cooked yet, and it smells amazing. And then yeah, it helps to get in a little bit with your fingers. Okay. Okay. So there, that's pretty even, pretty good. And then I add, for some extra veggies, I throw in just a little bit of spinach. I just do a layer of spinach. This also, by the way, releases a ton of liquid. So you will not need to add any extra water to, you know, make sure that the lasagna is moist, because that is all gonna come from the spinach. So I'm doing this, and now I'm like, wait, is that like a little aphid on my spinach? Oh no, that's from the sauce. Okay, So now I'll go ahead and do my next layer of pasta. A little bit more sauce. Just like spread a little. And then this is, okay, there's that. Now I'll do the final layer of ricotta, the other half. Ricotta. Well, the tofu ricotta, I just hear like Italians out there screaming at me. That's not ricotta cheese. I know it's not ricotta. Okay, it's my approximation of ricotta. It is pretty darn good. Actually, I like it better than ricotta. But I was never a massive fan of ricotta to begin with, so I don't know how much that settles in. But that was actually always my least favorite part of lasagna, was the ricotta. But this is a lot better. It has a better texture, I think, personally. And that was even, yeah, that's not even a vegan thing. That was just like when I was not vegan. I did not like the ricotta as much. So I will do another little layer of the spinach. Again, it's going to release a lot of liquid, so we're not going to be too concerned about adding extra liquid to this. And now we have a girl playing around in the background, in case you can't tell. And so now I'm just going to put on the rest of the sauce. And actually, I might not need all of the sauce. I'm looking at this now like, we might not need it all. But now this can go into the sun oven, not covered, which is really exciting to me. Again, because I get excited about weird things like that. I just, I want to eliminate as much waste as possible. Yeah, we probably did not need the whole batch. We'll see. Hopefully it's not too saucy. But yeah, so if we can eliminate that aluminum foil, I will be very happy. But then also the aluminum, right? Like to not have it in our food is ideal. All right, so there's that. We're gonna go ahead and go stick it into the center. Okay, looks like the oven is back up to closer to 350 again. Yeah, it's a big stick. Okay, so we're getting lasagna in there. We'll see how it turns out. Oh gosh, hopefully it doesn't bubble over and make a mess. I just realized. So. All right, there it goes. We'll probably leave it for at least an hour, hour and a half, and just keep monitoring the positioning and temperature. And yep, here we go. All right. Oh, we're not sitting on the counter right now. Just wait a second. We're gonna get bread though. Get some bread. Okay, so it's been cooling for about 10 or 15 minutes. We'll go ahead and cut into it and see what we have. All right. It looks pretty good. See, it's definitely cooked. It's very moist inside. We'll see. It's pretty good. Actually, no.
I want some too.
You want some too?
I want some too. Ooh.
Is it good?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. Sage, tell me, what do you think? You want to take a bite? That's a blueberry. It's okay.
Is it good?
She nodded. Yeah, it's very good. Now, I'm testing more than just the sun oven. We added almond flour this time to make it cakier, and I think that it made it a little bit more moist. I maybe should have stuck with just all the whole wheat flour, but we'll see another time. But it's definitely fully cooked. It's actually kind of delicious. I'm not getting that that kind of sliminess. Anyway, it's good. I'll have to think about it because do you like the texture that it has is actually kind of perfect. You know, like when you have a bread that you bake. Oh, you want more? Okay, good. I guess that's a good sign. And then you leave it in the fridge. Like you go ahead and wrap it up and put it in the fridge, and you pull it out the next day and cut into it. That's exactly what it tastes like right now. So it's actually really good. So yeah, it worked out well.
So we're ready to pull lasagna out. So here we go.
Nice.
Lasagna.
Good. All right, so I've got the lasagna dished up on the plates, and it is so beautiful looking. The top layer is a little bit harder, but let's go ahead and see how that translates to actual food. So I got Mr. Vegan Prepper here to taste test with me.
It's good.
Yeah, it's good. It tastes just as good as the lasagna that normally comes out of the oven. It's fantastic.
Yeah. Just slightly chewy top, actually.
You like the chewy top.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Well, anyway, there it goes. And it is. It's very slightly chewy, but not even remotely like inedible or uncooked or anything. The whole thing is just beautiful. I'm so impressed with this experiment. I don't know, I'm pretty thrilled. I would say for a first run, it's pretty fantastic.
Yeah.
You're still eating. Dang, we're like, holy.
Some dope lighting.
It is dope lighting.
Yeah, it's cool because the oven didn't heat up the kitchen. So
Yeah.
cool house.
Yeah.
House cool.
Yeah, so it's going to be fantastic for summer. So I would say, like, first thing is probably going to need to run out to check and adjust a little more often than I thought originally if we want to keep it, like, really dialed in with the correct spot with the sun. But nothing, it never went under 300 degrees. Like, it was always kind of right in between 300 and 350. But our high today is like 84 degrees. So we're going to have some days where we'll be able to push that a lot higher.
Stuff just outside on the sidewalk.
Yeah, cool. For real. Like it gets so hot here. So anyway, encouraging. All right, we're going to go. I know you want to eat your lunch, so we're going to go ahead and go. All right, but thanks. Hopefully you enjoyed that. And yeah, as always, we hope the rest of your day is good and your life stays wonderful. Please like and subscribe and comment, and definitely let us know if you want to see more content like this. See you guys later. Bye. Okay, I realized I still have one more thing to say. We did go ahead and put a layer of the faux Parmesan on top, and I had to make it with cashews this time because I'm all out of hemp seeds, but the recipe for this Parmesan cheese that I make, or faux Parmesan, is already on the channel, and I will link it down below, and it's just like the perfect accompaniment to the lasagna and really any pasta dish you make. But yeah, now it is really time to go eat. I'm hungry. See you guys later. Bye.